Hey y'all, I'm back, and y'all know we got to talk about this Super Bowl performance, okay? Look, we know Kendrick Lamar is the king of double meanings, so I'm not even about to attempt a full breakdown of this Super Bowl performance. I just want to talk about it a little bit. This will be more of like my reaction, some of my thoughts about the performance. But like I said, please do not expect no full breakdown because, baby, your girl does not have the time. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So, to start, this performance, I feel like, is one that was very easy to go over a lot of people's heads. I feel like there was a portion of people watching the performance who was like, we ready to turn up. We're trying to hear all of the hits of Kendrick's. We trying to hear a little bit from Good Kid, Mad City. Yeah, shoes. Is that the name of the song? Good Kid, Mad City? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all wanted to hear that. Just some of his older classics, especially people who were like true Kendrick fans. Um, of course, though, on the other side of that, if you are a true Kendrick fan, you should know he was not about to give us nothing simple. He wasn't about to just come out there and give us a twerk, booty shaking performance, because that's just not the kind of artist that he is. And I felt like this whole Super Bowl situation really showed Kendrick has a lot of new fans, I think. And a lot of people who were surprised by this performance because they aren't OG Kendrick fans. That's just what I think about that. Myself, I feel like I kind of experienced both sides of it. When I was initially watching the performance, I was like ready to turn up. I saw the track list and I was really excited about the tracks that he was going to perform. So yeah, I was ready. I was like, this is going to be good. So then when he came out, on top of the GNX, all that was cool. With the A chain on, that was the first thing that caught my attention. And I felt like it took, yeah, my attention away from a lot of other important things that was happening. And I wasn't catching the full point of the performance. So then you got the chain, you got this very understated opening. And then it's a song that I've never heard before. And like I said, I'm a Kendrick fan. So I'm like, what is this song? Like, what is happening, Kendrick, right now? And so I was busy, like, in the midst of that reaction, like the shock of it all, that I didn't hear nothing. And then Samuel L. came out. I was just shocked that he was there. I ain't paid attention to nothing he said. And then, as things continued, I got caught up on the fact that he had turned the GNX into a clown car. And I kind of really like how he's playing on this theme of clownery and Black people really being used for the entertainment of America, but not really getting a lot of the appreciation and respect that we should have for playing that role. So, and being looked at as more than just entertainers. So I really kind of like how he keeps playing with that clown idea. But so anyways, I'm stuck on that. Then they showed the full body, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, for the rest of the performance, all I could look at was Kendrick Lamar's jeans and how thick he was. I was like, Kendrick is thick AF. Like, what is going on? Who put him in these bell bottoms, baby? I wanted you in straight jeans. I do not want you to look this thick. But so I was distracted by that. And I felt like I completely missed the goodness of this performance. So I was like, wow, let me just sleep on it. So the very next morning, I woke up. Very first thing I did, I kid you not, I was not even out of my bed yet. I woke up, went online on Twitter, and watched the whole performance again. Your girl was mind blown. Then that was when it gave what I needed it to give. When I was watching it with a clear head, I hadn't been like, turning up all day. And, just really paying attention to it, not being in the moment of that initial reaction. And there was so much. There were so many Easter eggs that I cannot even begin to get into it all. But basically, the overall theme of this was way bigger than Drake. So that's one thing that I want to point out. I really don't yes, some of it was about Drake, but I don't like some of the things that I've been seeing, like um mainly to do with Serena Williams, but I'll circle back around to that later. But um it was filled with Easter eggs, but basically the main theme was that we are all a part of a big game. This game is here to keep us divided and distracted and not unifying and reaching our full potential as a people. That's what I got out of it. And so he's basically saying it's time for us to realize what we mean to this country, that tries to downplay us, tries to tell us that we are less than, tries to tell us that we are too ghetto or that our culture is not good enough for America. Um, and it's time out for that. That's basically what he's been saying, like pretty much his whole career, is that we need to unify. We need to stop being the clowns. We are the head and not the tail. That's what Kendrick wants us to know and feel every time he is in our presence. And I love that. I love that he stayed true to it. Also, looking back at the performance, I understood why maybe he didn't like play some of the more popular songs that we are used to from him, or like some of his more mainstream music. I really like the fact that this moment he came out to rap. Like he really came to give a rap performance and to show us his message. He came to give us the theatrics. If anybody watched his Apple Music podcast, I felt like that was a very good foreshadowing of what this performance was about to be. So that's why I was a little confused, like um with some people complaining about the track list, because Kendrick basically told us that he wasn't about to be going back to Good Kid Mad City. As bad as we wanted that, as diehard fans, as bad as we probably wanted to hear Loyalty and, some of his older classics, he pretty much told us that it's hard for him to live in the past and that he had a vision that he was about to go for. Another thing, man, Kendrick is a phenomenal storyteller, and you can tell that he just put so much like thought into every single thing. And not even just him, because as much as we want to give Kendrick all this credit, I don't believe it's possible for one man to come up with all these Easter eggs, all of these different meanings, these double, triple, quadruple entendres for everything, not even just the music, but the production end of it as well. And that's not a slight to Kendrick at all. It doesn't take away from his greatness, but that's just to say that, wow, he has also made sure to surround himself with a great team to help him like realize the potential that he could really be at. And oh, I just love that. I get chills thinking about it. I love that for him. I love the message. Now, quickly, SZA, a queen. SZA came out and she did what needed to be done. SZA gave us vocals. She gave us a look. She gave us a couple little bippity bop moves. I loved it. She did just enough, but she didn't do too much. She didn't come out and act like it was her show. She was a great compliment to Kendrick. I love SZA and Kendrick. I really, really want a joint project from them. I need a whole project of Kendrick and SZA. We're gonna have some songs like Doves in the Wind, where we got her vocals and his bars. Then we need something like Luther, where he on there singing a little bit. We need something like Low, but with Kendrick, or no, Smoking on My X Pack, but with Kendrick on there. We need Rap and SZA. Like, there is so much that those two could do together. Like, please, Kendrick, SZA, if y'all are watching this, please give the people a joint project. We need that. We need it, and we need it soon. We need it like this year. Before y'all go on tour, please make that happen. And get my girl Doechii on a track or two. Okay? That's what we need. I love that Kendrick, all the dancers was out there doing their thing. The dancers also did not come to play, but he didn't have them dressed like hoochies. So it was like, it wasn't a whole lot going on with the dancers to take away from the real, like the main focus, I'll say, of the performance. And I really love that. I love how Kendrick always like showcases Black women and all of our ghetto-ness. He had the girls with the black and red wigs. Just something very blackety black, something you're not gonna see nobody else doing. except a black woman. Like things like that. I love how he's always showcasing it. He's got different body types, different shades on there. And, people try to make it like, oh, Kendrick is fake woke because he's doing all of this, but he don't even have a black queen. And he's talking about Drake for being mixed, but his wife is mixed. Like, y'all missing the point. Y'all are missing the point. The man can only be with one woman, okay? It is not his fault if the one that he decided to be with is mixed. And then the whole thing about Drake not being a part of the culture is not about him being mixed. And so many people miss that point. But I'm not even going to go into that. That's not what this video is about. But yeah, SZA did her thing. The dancers did their thing. Serena, I was so happy to see Serena out there. And I am sick and tired of hearing people say, oh, Serena needs to get over it. She needs to stop talking about Drake, blah, blah, blah. Serena and Drake dated 24 years ago, and Drake still be having this woman's name in his mouth. I have not heard Serena actually clap back at Drake. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I know y'all will anyway, but if Serena has come out and already replied directly to Drake about these slick comments that he has been making about her and her husband and her family for years, then okay, but to say that she's married, she just needs to let it go. She needs to move on. Was her husband not married when her husband clapped back at Drake online? Like, I don't understand. People always want to hold women to some sort of weird standard when we become mothers or when we become wives. Like, that takes away from the person that we are. If you a person that like to get your lick back, that is not going to change because now you have a husband. Like, she is still who she is. And then her being married doesn't take away the fact that she has a right to respond. Serena is not no rapper. She hasn't had the opportunity to get in the booth and drop some bars back at Drake. Her husband did what he could, but he wasn't a rapper either. So I feel like, heck yeah, Serena had every right to get on that stage and crip walk to Dre's demise. And then, now, even though Drake did play a part in this, because like we said, Kendrick is the king of like double, triple, quadruple meanings. There was more to it than that. There was more of a reason for Serena to be a part of that moment than just because of the situation with Drake. Serena is a Compton legend. We know this. Serena and her sister Venus, Compton legend. She is one of the greatest athletes ever. One of the greatest black athletes, and she comes from Compton. Not to mention that her sister was a victim of a drive-by shooting, gang violence done by the Crips. So her out there Crip walking on a grave, which some people said is Drake. To me, it only makes sense that it would be like the tombstone of her sister who died in the drive-by shooting. And then she's wearing blue, the Crip colors. To me, that went right along with the bigger message of Kendrick's whole performance, but everybody missed it because, not everybody, but a lot of people missed it, just focusing on the surface level and not being able to get past the fact that it's Serena and that Drake is her ex. His whole mission is about unity, specifically among gangs. So what better way to show unity moving forward than for a prominent person, a Compton legend, a Compton royalty, to come out in this moment and be like, you know what? This happened to my sister. This horrible thing happened to my family, but I am willing to even move on past that and unify for the greater good of the whole, for our community as a whole. So, I'm getting chills thinking about that too. That was a beautiful message, in my opinion. And I just hate that it was kind of overshadowed by Drake. So that's all I really have to say about the Super Bowl. Now, let's briefly touch on Drake and how much he's going out like a clown. Speaking of clowns, at this point, I'm sure y'all have heard about him coming out to his show with bullet holes in his shirt and the smoke coming out. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, that was low-key hard. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. The only thing is Drake needs to let this die. I feel like at this point, he's the main one reminding us how bad he's going out right now. And then these stunts like giving out money, to random people in his crowd, I felt like it was all just a distraction. At this point, instead of going on tour, what I wanted from Drake was for him to just disappear until this coming summer and bring us some fire. That's what he should have did. But now that that ship has sailed and he's already out on tour, I want Drake to focus on his tour, focus on being great, and stop with this cornball stuff. And even, I feel like at this point, Drake has given a lot of us the ick. You know, like when you're dating somebody and then they do something that just like, just ick you out. And then at that point, everything they do just make you like, like, you so corny, like, ill, just go. That's where Drake is right now. He has given me, anyway, the ick, and I think I can speak for a lot of other people as well. And at this point, Drake, we just need you to go away for a minute. Just lay low. You better lay low. If y'all caught that reference, drop a comment below and tell me who said that. Okay. Last thing I want to, before I move on, Drake. Party Next Door. Even though this album should have been released 11 years ago, I'm still gonna give it a chance. Please don't let us down. Please drop some hot fire with this album. Like, Drake, please, man. At this point, I'm starting to feel bad for him. So please, do something. Do something. Okay? Lastly, I want to talk about Cardi B and Partisan Fontaine's song, Toot It Up. I wanted to like this song. I've wanted to like every song that Cardi has dropped since Up, and it's just not happening for me. I will say I like that song that she did off of the bitch sample, that like what? I like that song. That was good. It just wasn't a song that I wanted to go back and continue listening to and like learn the words to and stuff. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Everything that Cardi B is dropping though sounds like music that she already had like in 2020 or something like that. Like music that she's been sitting on, and then she's just randomly deciding when she want to drop it. Like, all right, go ahead and pull that one song. Go ahead and, you remember when we made Toot It Up? Yeah, go on, drop that one. That's what it's given, and I hate that. And then Partisan Fontaine. Oh, excuse me, y'all. He's another artist who I think he is good, but it's something about how he is, like, I don't know. It just comes off like he be pandering to black women. Like, some of his stuff just comes off a bit gimmicky. It's like, ooh, y'all don't fight me for this, but it's almost like Partisan low-key wants to be a bad bitch. And like he writes music for bad bitches. So it works when he's writing for somebody else, but when it's his own music, something about it is not doing what it needs to do for me. If y'all feel differently, drop a comment below. But I was not really impressed with this. Now, what I would be interested in is some sort of joint project with Party and Cardi. I think that would actually be cool. They just need to update. They need to get in the studio and make some new music, because I really don't, I don't want to believe that was new music. It just sounded very dated. And then if that was the song that they were going to drop, they should have waited for the summer. Like, this just don't even feel like the vibe right now. I need them to rap about something other than sex and coochies, and I need to hear something else. I think that's my other problem with Cardi. Like, girl, you've been rapping about the same thing for 6 years. Like, give us some new material. And that's one of the reasons that I love Doechii, and why I think a lot of people right now are loving Doechii. She is so refreshing, not only in her artistry, but like just the content of what she's talking about as well. So yeah, that's my hope for Cardi. I got high hopes for any new music that she's gonna drop. We need an album quickly. And Party and Drake, please do something good. All right, y'all, that's all I have for today. So y'all, let me know what you thought about the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl performance. What did you think about Serena being a part of the performance? What about SZA? Did y'all think she was lip syncing? I thought that was real vocals. Did you like the Partisan and Cardi track? Are you excited for Drake and Party Next Door's collaboration? Let me know what y'all think. See you next time. Bye.